I chose to study at LSE because of how important human rights is to the world today. There are states and institutions that have embedded these ideologies of colonization within them. Challenging those institutions of power and bringing voices from the ground up is a key component of the Human Rights and Politics program.
I remember a sentence on the website saying, this is for those who want to study human rights but don't necessarily want to go down the legal route. And I was like, that's exactly me.
The emergence of human rights has a very particular social and political history. At some points, it's very dominant as a primary mode of ensuring social justice and equality. Other times, it's misused as a language to ensure domination, occupation.
I have Rwandan origins, and I've always been interested in international relations and human rights because of the genocide in 1994. But my family experience was that when horrible things happen, the international community is nowhere to be seen. So it's again trying to not just sit with all those failures, but it's to try and understand how do we contribute to a world in which these things are unacceptable.
Our program has people trained within multiple disciplines: sociology, law, political science, international relations, that allow for a much more expansive and critical approach to that theme.
The way we think about human rights, is it actually helpful in the aims that we want to achieve with human rights? But also try and think, have there been other traditions like anti-colonial traditions, feminist traditions, Black and Indigenous traditions that have shown us different way to interpret what human rights could be?
My experience with the academic staff has been absolutely amazing. The conversations we have are just so dynamic.
We really encourage them to see themselves as not just recipients of information, but really intellectuals in the room with us.
Because the LSE is such a world-renowned institution, it might attract a lot of bright minds, right? So there's something about the place that it facilitates a lot of great conversations.
The dissertation is a really great opportunity to take what you've learned during a school year and combine it with your own interests and to really take yourself seriously as a researcher. I think I've used things from every class and every master class that I've experienced here at LSE, and it's all going into my dissertation.
So I think London has provided a vantage point for me to look better into my own community, particularly being from the Sikh diaspora. I am able to center my community in my research and in my dissertation topic.
One of the special things about LSE is that it's in the heart of London, and London itself is a hub for global political movements that have talked about the fight against racism, inequality, human rights.
Being able to connect with people and movements globally in the city, those are opportunities I wouldn't have had otherwise.
LSE as a place to build relationships is so key, not only just friendships, but obviously networking with people that are in faculty and staff, those that are guest speakers, guest lecturers.
We have public events and lectures. We have what we call master classes.
So the master classes have been really wonderful. Professors are very open and communicating and asking, what would you like to hear about? Who would you like to hear from? And they're absolutely brilliant. You hear from minds and opinions that you wouldn't have otherwise.
I think what I want to do in the future is continue to challenge and mobilize myself in spaces of dissent and resistance. This course has specifically created a foundational framework, both theoretically and practically, to be able to achieve that.
There's a lot of different routes that they can take. So some of them end up inside human rights organizations like Amnesty International. Others go into grassroots political organizing or even politics.
I think this MSc will help me in any career path that I take. I also think the network and the friendships that I've built will also carry me into that future career.
I've gained a lot out of my friendships being at LSE, and I think most of them are going to be lifelong friendships.
We all chose to come here because we're so passionate about human rights internationally and on the global level. And that's what really connected us when we all first met in the classroom. I've truly loved my experience in the Human Rights and Politics program. LSE as an institution in itself is really remarkable, but it's the people inside who have transformed my experience here to be the priceless one that it has become.